Few volleyball programs have the history of UCLA. The present looking pretty good, too, for a team that joins the Big Ten next year, fresh off a sweep of Northwestern State. One of our goals this year is to introduce you to the future Big Ten teams, particularly when they're facing teams from our conference, as will happen for the Bruins Friday against Indiana. And that gets us to our big interview, as we are joined today by Anna Dodson, middle blocker for UCLA. Anna, welcome to the Big Ten Network. You're off to a 2-1 start this year. How would you characterize the start for the Bruins?
Yeah, I think we're off to a great start so far. We came out really strong, against LSU and are finding our groove. And then we came back and won again in 5. And going to Northwestern State, I think we really just capped it all off.
It was a disappointing season a year ago. You guys did not make the NCAA tournament. That is obviously the expectation at UCLA, is to make the tournament. Just the second time it's happened in 9 years. To what extent are you and your teammates using that as motivation this year?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it was definitely disappointing. And I think that that's never the expectation or our standard. And with the new coaching staff that we now have, they came in and we set very high standards and goals for ourselves. And it's just kind of been our driving factor, I would say, every day in practice and when we show up on the court. And so one of our mission statement, for example, is about re-signifying our program and bringing it back to where it belongs. And in any and all actions and words, behaviors, in our everyday lives. And I think we all live by that. And the coaches are heavily enforcing that. And it's also not them that's pushing that on us. It's led by us. So it's really great.
You mentioned a new coaching staff, and Alfie Reft is the new head coach. Big Ten volleyball fans are familiar with him. He's been an assistant in our conference at both Minnesota and Illinois. This is his first head coaching job. Give us a sense of Coach Reft and what he's brought to your program.
Yeah, Alfie's just a great person overall. He cares about us as players, but most importantly as people, and really, attunes to what we need on the court and off the court. And it's just been great to have such a supportive environment that's created such a great culture. And it's really showing on the team and in practice how much we love and care for each other as players, but also as teammates.
In what specific ways has he impacted the culture? You were talking about changing the culture and getting to know the players. How does that manifest itself with a new coach?
Yeah, so we've set different pillars, and they've changed from when he first got here to now to fit more aligned with our team. And we revert back to them every day, but it's also we're holding the line. That's one of the pillars. And it's just the standard that we have with each other, such as embracing the brew. And it's created such a great atmosphere, and one where we can thrive, but also compete and go at it with each other without being afraid to step on each other's toes or that whole friendship aspect. It's just a really great experience where we're all coming together and we know we're working towards the same goal no matter what happens along the way.
So you are a fifth-year senior. How instrumental was the new staff in your decision to come back?
Yeah, I am. It's kind of crazy. They were the main reason that I came back. I was not really planning on returning. And once I got on the phone with Alfie and learned that our visions are very parallel, it was kind of a no-brainer staying back here at LA. UCLA is one of the best schools in the country, and especially with the location, academics, and volleyball. I knew, he preached from day one that we are going to be on that Final Four stage, and I truly believe that. And he's shown me that we are working towards that every day, and everybody here is very committed to also achieving the same goal.
By my calculations, and it's hard to know with injuries and COVID and all of this, so you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but by my calculations, you would still have another year left. So
yes, sir.
What are you thinking about? At what point will you start to consider what next year might look like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely on my mind, a lot. I will say that the coaches are a big influence on that. It's hard to leave them, but I don't foresee myself leaving, but we'll see.
I'm sure that is music to the ears of the staff and to your teammates and UCLA fans. You have been through a lot of hardship in your career, and I was talking about injuries. You've had 2 ACL tears, one of them while at UCLA. How has that formed kind of who you are, and in what ways do you kind of lean on that experience here as you move forward?
Yeah, it definitely has shaped me into the player that I am, not so focused on volleyball, but more focused on, the whole life aspect, but also the great community that we have at UCLA in terms of athletics. Everybody here on all the sports team are so supportive of each other. And so it's great to be surrounded by people who are more than just athletes. We are doing presentations on that all the time and have all these groups and communities that focus on athletes and mental health. And so I was really able to tap into what I am outside of volleyball, and it really shaped me overall and eventually helped my game and improved my game. And now I really do not take any time on the court for granted.
Well, your game has been fabulous. I know you got the opportunity to train alongside the women's national team this year. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm always grateful to be able to represent USA, but it was just an amazing experience for me. My first time being on the collegiate national team and just being around other like-minded individuals on the court and just being able to compete and go hard with each other, and then also have that representation of the women's national team, and just very clearly visualize and see where I want to be and how I need to get there.
And of course, the 2028 Olympics are out there. Those will be in LA. Would be a pretty amazing capper to the career. I want to ask you just about UCLA in general. I think anyone who follows volleyball, and as you'll learn, Big Ten fans are really passionate about volleyball. It's a huge sport in this league. People are certainly aware of UCLA's history. Again, 4-time national champion. But what do you want Big Ten fans to know about the UCLA program now?
Yeah, I would say that we're coming for blood, I think in the Pac-12, it's kind of our little preparation, and Big Ten, we're really going to set the fire and go at it. I'm just really excited to have this great new team and great new staff, and work towards, getting on that national championship stage, which I can definitely see us at the end of this season. And just being involved with the Big Ten is just going to create so many more opportunities for us. We talk about it a lot, but so far, we're going to be enhancing our nutrition, our academics, our mental and physical health. And those are all things that are getting implemented right now. And so it's great to see UCLA changing as we enter this new great conference. And of course, you guys get the historically great programs of us and the school across the street.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And Oregon and Washington are pretty good as well. It is pretty amazing, the 4 programs that are entering this league. I want to leave you with this. We mentioned kind of part of the impetus for having you on is going up against a Big Ten team. You've got Indiana coming up on Friday. They have really played well to start this year. They've yet to drop a set. What's the scouting report on the Hoosiers?
Yeah, well, we honestly just got back yesterday from our trip to LSU, so we have not yet started scouting. But I can get back to you on that. We're definitely excited, and it's more about just kind of, finding more and implementing more of our game and still finding that groove of what we need to do on the court, and then just bringing it to the Hoosiers. But we're definitely excited for our little, pre-Big Ten game for next year.
Anna Dodson, the outstanding middle blocker for UCLA's volleyball team. Anna, thanks for your time. Best of luck going forward this season. And I know I speak for a lot of Big Ten fans when I say we hope to see you in the Big Ten next year.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Anna. For the first time in 7 years, Big Ten football boasting 4 new coaches this season. Anthony going to rejoin me with expectations for each and every one of them next.